I'm Rashad, I'm 37, and I'm building a multi-million-dollar content agency. So I didn't want to do this video, but I told you guys that I'm going to give you guys the highs and lows of building a brand. And so this is one of my lows. So I lost a client. And I'm not going to really get into the details of who the client was or anything, but it is one of my clients, one of my high-paying clients. And I want to keep it real with you guys. Like, I don't want to give you guys no fluff. I'm also trying to watch what I say. I just don't want to be that guy that talks about their clients or anything like that. But I just want to give you guys the real, and mostly just kind of give you guys what I could have learned or what I could have done to kind of make this experience a little bit better. Because I'm the person that always feels like any type of negative situation I'm in, like, what was my role in this, as well as to make sure that I don't make these same mistakes again. Like, what are the things that I need to take away from this so my next client or clients that I'm working with right now don't have the same experience. So pretty much I started working with a client a couple months back, and it was a referral from a mutual friend. And everything was actually going pretty good. I'm not gonna say that. Everything was okay. But I quickly realized that, they were paying me for, creating content as well as posting on social media. But they didn't have a lot of the things that is going to help them grow as far as like on the back end, as far as, customer service or, just different systems, and, some of their products were lacking. So early on, I just realized that it was going to be a lot more work that needed to be done. But I've also had experience where I did more than what was asked of me, and it kind of burnt me in the end. So I was like, you know what, they paid me for this work and I'm gonna do this work. But like I said, back in my head, I realized that, like, even if I have this social media page rocking, once people actually came to this establishment, that they were gonna have like buyer's remorse. So they're gonna go there and not really feel the atmosphere or anything like that. That was in the back of my head, but I still, was doing the work. Like I said, posted some very great pieces and was starting to build some momentum. And then probably after the third month of the contract, the business said, hey, we don't want to do this no more. And not necessarily went ghost, but ghosted Jace. It just wasn't working. I'll leave it at that. And so in business, I've ran into some bad situations before where like me and the client just butt heads, or it just didn't work out. But this is the first time that I had pretty much a contract be canceled right in the middle. And to be honest with you, that actually affected my pockets. That affected, my revenue that I brought in. That affected my business. I had to just kind of stop some things that I had in motion and just kind of, become a little bit more serious about what I was doing. So as a person that always believes in, like, every negative situation I'm in is my fault, I definitely learned some things that I'm definitely taking with me to, with my current clients as well as any future clients. So one of the things that I picked up is that you should always trust your gut no matter what. When I first walked in, I knew that they were going to need more than just social media management and having some nice videos. They're going to need some more back-end things. They're going to need some more, in-store campaigns ran. They're just going to need a lot more things than I was being paid for. But I didn't say nothing. I was like, you know what, this is going to be a nice check. And I feel like I could do a lot of good work in here. But in my heart of hearts, I knew that I needed to also kind of take care of some of these back-end stuff. But I didn't want to overextend myself. So I didn't say anything. I said something. I'll take that back. I did say these things, but I also didn't really push the effort of like, hey, we need to change these things before anything could be really done. So that was where one thing that I messed up on. Another thing is I should have been more voiceful with communicating. I was doing my work, and me and my team were doing the work because I actually had, somebody actually managing their social media. But there were a lot of gaps in communication. Like me and my team, we send out, weekly emails and stuff like that, and nobody was following us. So I should have been more voiceful as far as saying like, this is what we're doing. I need you to, reply back to emails. I need you to respond to emails. Look at the things that we're sending you because we're communicating the things that we need. And I actually even had somebody do a ghost shopper and gave a report of that, and like none of those things were taken heed to. So going forward, I need to make sure that communication is received, communication is heard, and just communication is followed up with. And what's the last one? And the last thing that I would say is having a growth plan. So 9 times out of 10, when people think of social media, they automatically want to, think about how they can grow followers and how they can grow their audience and stuff like that, which is definitely the case. And before, my plan was, hey, we're just going to post consistently, because realized that would help me grow. And even though my page isn't at, large numbers, the moments where I had a lot of growth, I was posting very consistently. So I was like, you know what, if I post consistently, especially if they have nothing going on, then that's going to help them grow. But that's, like I said, that's not always the case. Sometimes you actually need a growth plan. Sometimes you need to run ads. Sometimes you need to bring in influencers. Sometimes you need to bring in outside, eyes to what you got going on. And sometimes that needs to be paid for. So the one thing that solely falls on me is just having a growth plan of, all right, going forward, how can we get the most eyes, create the most visibility for, this campaign or this particular brand. So that is something that I'm actually doing going forward, is like, all right, think of what are the ways that we can actually bring more eyes to increase the visibility, to grow the brand using social media. So I'm actually doing that with the clients I have now, because that increases value, not just for the brand, but for my brand as well. And that's just something that, needs to be done, because people aren't just paying to have, videos and stuff on social media. They're paying for actual growth and visibility. So I need to be able to generate that or, give that to them. Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
Good. All right. So like I said, I lost a client, but I also believe in, you need to learn from the lessons that God is giving you. You shouldn't be making the same mistakes more than once. And so this is my first time actually going through something like this. So the only things that you can do is actually learn from these mistakes and don't make them again. So yeah, I refuse to make the same mistakes again. Especially when it affects, my livelihood, my family, and just everybody that, I run into. So like I said, it was a rough time. It's been a rough month, but I'm taking it in stride. Like I said, I'm learning from my, failures and mistakes, and making sure that this is the last time I actually go through something like this. So I just want to document this for y'all, because like I said in my mission, even though it's good to share the highs, but you also have to share the lows. It's good to show the crazy, luxurious lifestyle, but you also got to show the mistakes and the failures that you might have made. And that's what I'm here for. I'm really, laying my business life on the cross for y'all. Not like I'm Jesus or anything, but I'm really laying my, business life and failures on the cross for y'all, so you guys don't feel like you're alone, or you can learn from the mistakes that I'm making. And hopefully, we all grow together, because that's what it's about.